Okay, good morning, everyone. This is the routine Thursday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina for today, May 4th through the 10th. And my name is Gail Hartfield, Senior Forecaster here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh. And let's get started. Okay, I wanted to throw in here just the latest satellite image. These are always pretty to show. Can show shows a few clouds there across our far northern sections and in areas to the north. That big low pressure area that was causing us some pretty cool temperatures over the last few days, really pretty well below our normals for this time of year. Anyway, that storm system is finally heading off the mid-Atlantic and northeast coast. So with that, we'll leave some of these really below normal temperatures, which we'll look at in just a second as we go through the next few days. But we'll start to see a pattern change back to more typical weather conditions. But overall, just the theme of this picture is nice weather today, some decent amount of sunshine. So that's always nice to see. Going on to our upcoming weather pattern here, as you see there, the top left, we're under some weak high pressure today. So that is maintaining our cool and generally dry weather that we've had over the last couple of days and continuing today. Highs are going to be about 5 to 10 degrees below normal, our normals for this time of year today. Moving on to Friday, Saturday, as has seemed to be the case, we have seemed to have rain just about every weekend. I think that the the State Climate Office of North Carolina did a study of how many rainy weekends we've had lately, and it's been a lot. So it seems like every weekend we get at least a little bit of rain here across the area. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. We are looking at an upcoming storm system. The front will be moving in from the south and west and kind of stalling out over the Carolinas. With that, we've got an upper level disturbance that will be passing through the area as well. And that will kick off some rain. Most of it will be light, honestly. The more significant rain is going to be to the west and southwest sections. Not to say that areas like closer down to Charlotte and are in the Triad and down into the Sandhills, they could still see some decent rainfall amounts, but nothing crazy. We're looking at amounts around 1/4 inch or less in general. And the further north and east you go, the lighter the precipitation is going to get as you get into Friday and Friday night and Saturday. So that's going to be our main period of rain chances is going to peak on Saturday, particularly the late morning through the afternoon hours. So. As we get into Sunday, Monday, most of Sunday appears dry and extending into Monday as well, but there's a lot of uncertainty with that. There are some indications that we'll see some disturbances diving in from the Great Lakes region and crossing our north and east sections that could kick off some rain. So I'd say stay tuned. You have some plans there Sunday, Monday. Again, most of our guidance is suggesting it's going to be dry, but we're seeing some that are not. So we'll keep our eye on that part of the forecast. And then as we get in the middle of next week, we're, as I mentioned, we're going to be getting into a pattern change to the point where we're going to be trending back up to above normal by early next week. Maybe not so much on Monday, like closer to normal. But as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, it's gonna get up into the 80s, and we're gonna have some more typical springtime showers and storms each day as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Looking at the precipitation forecast, as I mentioned, today is dry. That Friday graphic, that's more Friday night, so most of Friday is actually going to be fine. And then as we get into Friday night, Saturday through Saturday night, we'll have rain chances, and most of those are going to be, again, to the west and south of the triangle area, areas to the triangle north and east, a little bit lighter amounts and lighter coverage. So you may get some and you may not, especially if you're south and west of the triangle area, you stand a better chance of getting some rain. Sunday, again, some high uncertainty, but definitely keep an eye out on that. But in general, Sunday and Monday look fairly dry for fairly low rain chances. Yeah, so not too much and definitely no no heavy rainfall really expected. Here's the latest hot off the press drought outlook for ending this week. And as you see, there's the little bit of drought that we had there from last week's drought map there has vanished. So, you know, we don't like the rain on the weekends, but it's nice for our water resources. So that's good to see. Here's our severe thunderstorm potential for the next several days. It's really looking like we're not going to get any major thunderstorm activity. There's a chance of a stray storm or two in the far southwest late on Saturday. Honestly, I think it's not a very great chance, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. As we get into the middle of next week, we should start seeing more typical springtime showers and storms as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, but no indications of any severe weather at that point. So. Here's the excessive rainfall outlook. Again, a little bit of rain there to our west and southwest, as you can see there. Friday, that's focusing more on Friday night, but no excessive rainfall expected in our area. And here is the 8-14-day outlook. And as I said, we're undergoing a pattern change toward more typical springtime, even summertime weather. It looks like temperatures are going to be above normal, so kind of a transition from the cool to the warm. And precipitation outlook is looking like mostly no strong indications of any either above or below normal precipitation, maybe a slight indications of above normal precipitation there in the southeast sections or southern sections of the state as we get into next week. But yeah, the main story is going to be indications of a warmer pattern. So looking at highs in the 80s there for at least the middle part of next week and extending a week beyond that. And here's our summary to wrap things up. Again, cool and dry today, below normal temperatures, still slightly below normal for tomorrow, but with increasing clouds. Rain chances coming in Friday evening, Friday night, and peaking on Saturday. Should be exiting out of here Saturday night, perhaps lingering into early Sunday morning. Most of Sunday, Monday appear dry, but uncertainty is higher than usual, so stay tuned for a later forecast with that. And we're going to be undergoing a pattern change with the trend back to above normal temperatures as we get into the early and middle part of the next work week. No widespread weather hazards are expected, so that's some good news. And that's all we have. Thank you so much for attending this briefing, and take care and have a great weekend.